Face
Are
it.
we? Did we do it? Are we
We,
there?
I think
Our
we are.
computer crashed as usual.
Yes.
Derrick had to poop.
Oh, here we go. Print dubs. Look, I didn't sign up for this. Look, I didn't have y'all coming here. You know what? I'm taking
Derrick
that cut
had
back.
to run.
No, I want my cup. You can't be a backsies.
I'll take it. Hey, thank y'all for hanging with us, man. Y'all know every time something happens, it happens right before we're about to go live. I'm talking about Regina's whole computer shut down. She was trying to stream through AOL streaming services. She had to go pick up another disc from the mail. She had 1,500 hours on that new disc. The other one just ran out. The 4,000 free hours that they sent her in mail prior ran out finally.
Derrick had Taco Bell. That's all that happened.
Hey,
He had to run.
Taco Bell make your stomach hot as hell. You can't tell me it don't.
Right.
Hey, did y'all see how they make the Taco Bell refried beans? Like,
Uh, what they
I
do?
don't watch any fast food place on how they make any of their food because I just be turned off forever.
I'm still eating it. I'm still gonna go get my bean burritos. I can care less. But I was like, yo, that's foul. How y'all doing that? But give me six.
Oh,
Extra beans.
Extra
I'm
beans.
scared of that.
Hey, so I'm glad we're here. We jumping right into it, man. We're already we're already we're already behind.
Behind.
Yes. Y'all see who we're here with. We're here with the long time friend of ours. We're here with Jen. Used to be Jen's Closet Gems. Now
Yeah.
it's Jen's Multiverse for how long now?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe 8 months, 9 months, a year.
Yeah.
I think maybe almost a year, close to a year, long enough for me to not know.
Yeah. It's been a minute. Look, we doing this is gonna be unconventional. I'm going right through Regina. I'm just gonna go through and read the names really fast, and then that's it. All
Okay.
right. I'm just gonna say this is an all around hi to everyone that I see. You got Evolving Always, you got Lisette, Hustlers, Duncan, Quarter Flips, Keith, Yoni, Lisa, my mom. We got Melissa, 3Gen, Cricket Little Flower, Connie, Shar, Uh, going down. If I miss, it's not on purpose. We got Aaron Rebel Junk in the house. Thrift and Flip Ben is in the house. Keith is in the house. Duncan, welcome back, man. Welcome back. We missed you last week.
Yep.
I see y'all talking reckless, saying it was my fault. It was not my fault. It was not. We got the homie Calorie Seller Louise in the house. What's going on, big bro?
Uh,
We have. Sorry if I missed you guys. I'm sure we'll catch you later on the chat. We got TJ in the house. What's up, TJ? TJ.
TJ.
All right. We probably missed a lot of good comments. We got Rescue and Resell in the house. What is going on?
What's up, Rob and Renee?
All
Hey,
right. And if we miss you, you'll type something in the chat and we'll catch you. But thank y'all for hanging out, man. We have Jen's Multiverse in the house. Feels good having her back on the show. Jen, what's been going on with you, my friend?
oh man, I had to shoot everything. Anybody who doesn't know, this was my very first ever YouTube live, social media live experience. I had no freaking idea. I was like, they want me to go live? What does that mean? Like that's exciting. You mean like the whole world can kind of see? You mean like in a video game, but yet, webcams and yeah, so that was a while back. That was a long, I don't know, the video's there, I'm sure. That was forever ago. But so it's nice. It's very nostalgic. It's very nostalgic for me. And I thinking about it, there's so much has changed. So much has changed. I still resell. I originally I was like a casual reseller back then. The Jens Closet Gems was primarily Poshmark. Now I'm a full-time reseller and accidentally primarily Whatnot, but still love the eBay, and still like Poshmark. But yeah, so big differences. But overall, I'm doing good. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm here. So still able to pay the bills. It's working.
Hey,
Yes. We're so glad to have you. You
let me
doing
say this. Let me
good.
say this, Regina.
Okay.
If y'all didn't know, backstage it was chaos, right? Regina had. I'm not even joking, right? Jen, tell me if I'm lying or not. I'm not even putting dubs on it. She had 2 phones up. She had her computer up. She had a laptop. She was up trying to get everything up and going. She looks flustered, like everything. I thought she wasn't gonna go live at all. She legit said, "You know what? We're not having a show tonight." If you look over to her now, you would not think that anything crazy happened. She's looking real bright. Makeup is popping. The light is hitting off her cheekbones just at the right angle. She got the popping lipstick on. The hair, I think you're going to put some blue magic down on the edges because it's all slicked down. Like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that a little while ago. I'm just telling y'all. Yeah, it was. It was looking rough. Like the hair was looking like everything. You look flustered. And now you come back brand new, like nothing even happened.
She's a professional. That's why.
No, you have to bounce back sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, just can't let it get you down.
Cool as a cucumber.
Time to do that though. Like I just had an update. How many updates you got to have on this on Windows? When was this? Windows 2023?
Damn, you on 23? What the? Gee, that's why, because you getting updates from out of space.
It's always something.
Shit, you're on Windows 23. What is up, Nita J? Hi, Regal Siegel. Welcome.
There we go.
Hey,
what's up, JJ Coin Hunt?
JJ Coin Hunt, what is going on? Look, we missed our update last week. And Jen, this is a running thing. I'm sure you've seen it. Duncan, he gives us an update on his genetic, on his history, DNA history. We missed it last week.
I'm hoping we're related.
Yeah.
About and I. I'm hoping.
I'm sure you all are.
I'm hoping.
I think he's somewhere down the line related to a Pokemon. But we're about to
even better.
All right. Updated DNA match. King Charlemagne AD 814. And Regina is his 8th cousin, 5th times removed.
It sounds about right.
Yep. Add that to the board. Add it to the board. He is locked in. JJ Coin Hunt, thank you again. Thank you again. Look, Melissa says, "Shit, I only have Windows 12. I don't know where you got 20."
That's what I'm saying. I keep getting updates. I don't went all the way up to 23. Every day I'm getting the updates, y'all. So I'm up Windows 23.
So they just skipped you and they dropped all the updates on you to up to 23. You won't have to update your shit for another 32 years.
I wish.
You're the beta test for life.
Yeah, you are. You ain't gonna have no internet left for the rest of the month. All your download speed's about to be terrible.
Oh gosh.
Hustle says you got to clean phones and computers to have space so they won't lag or crash. Yeah, you got to debug your computers every now and then.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm surprised it lasts this long though.
So Jen, you have an Android, right? You're a team Android. So look, for anybody with a phone, these smartphones, they're computers. They're mini computers. You got to turn them off every now and then. Turn them off. I'm talking about not the volume down or letting the battery die. Like, turn them off, let them reset, and then turn them back on. It updates things for you, and it keeps your phone working right, just like your computer, right? If you're a desktop or laptop, you got to turn it off for it to update. Make sure y'all do that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if mine's close to death, I will usually turn it off to charge. It charges faster too, but that's a nice little shutdown.
Yeah,
nice little shutdown.
It does charge faster when you turn your phone off, guys. Duncan said, "Wait, Windows 12 is out." Damn, Duncan. Duncan? What are you on, man?
Because he probably still got that Apple with the back on it. Because he keep up with stuff like that.
I am probably gonna get an iPhone. An iPhone soon, not as my main device, but specific for whatnot.
It will become your main device. Let me tell you. I'm telling you, I was team Android all the way. I I used to hate on Apple all the time because of how often they update their phones and all that stuff. But when I switched over, not because of the functionality or anything like that, it's just it works better for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have all the extra unnecessary stuff that I don't need. It just works a lot better than what I thought it would. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think you'll like it. Do I have to turn my microwaves off? You do. Duncan, turn all your microwaves off, sir.
All unplug them.
Yes, please. We don't want nothing to happen.
No,
don't
please.
Want an electrical fire or anything.
Please don't. So Jen, go ahead, Jen.
I was gonna say Duncan and I are 10th cousins or something like that. I seen somewhere we're like 10th cousins removed.
Wow, we related to it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You're right. He did. Okay. All right.
I'm honored. I feel like royalty.
You should, because he's been around. His family been around. So to have that royalty blood that somewhere down the line, that's amazing.
Right.
That is amazing. So Jen, you kind of mentioned it a second ago. You said you kind of slid into Whatnot as your full-time thing. Like how did that end up happening? Because I know when me and Jen kind of hopped on Whatnot right about the same time, and it was just kind of hit and miss for us, right? We'll I don't want to do it. I don't want to upload everything. And now Jen is a lady of the night, not a prostitute. But she
even better.
Yeah, she is like one of those random people that can schedule a show at 3 a.m. and have like 25 heads in there, which is crazy to me. So how did that talk to us about how you built that up?
When we started, it was very your phone is on facing a table and you're showing stuff and your hands are there, and that's really how it was. And I was doing trading cards, so I did get approved in the trading card category. The Pokemon, I think of Pokemon as a stock, right? The Pokemon cards. The Pokemon was at a boom. It was at a major high, and it was starting to decline already. It was starting to come down a little bit, but the app and the cards were starting to kind of climb up. And I was trying plush, I was trying graphic tees. Well, it was honestly when the women's category opened up, when the women's clothing category opened up, and that's what I do primarily for my resale is clothing. It was so much easier to have like inventory on hand. And I realized that I preferred standing up and just having the camera facing and being able to, run around and do this and have a further angle and stuff like that. And so it was just, and then clothes were just moving. They were moving easy. They were moving fast. And I hate listing. I really do. And with Whatnot, I realized how much I truly, truly hate. People have asked me even before Whatnot, the thing you like most and least about reselling. Listing has always been what I really hate the most about reselling is listing. So with Whatnot, I didn't have to do that anymore. I got to sell all the clothes right then and there. I got to like stand up while I was doing it and run around and feel like I was doing some sort of cardio. And just slowly I left Mercari, then I left Poshmark, and then I accidentally left eBay. And if you go back to, I made a Whatnot series for my very first week on Whatnot. I was like, oh, will Whatnot replace eBay? Never, no way. It's I said it in my series. Like, do I think it has potential? Yes, but I which still amazes me, right? Because I think eBay is a beast. I love eBay. I think you can't go wrong really with eBay. I definitely have a lot of respect for eBay, especially as a full-time reseller. But yeah, before I knew it, I was working like 3 times as hard. I was making more money, but smaller sales per hour. So I was working a lot more. And it finally took me to getting exhausted before I realized, why is Whatnot my main?
Yeah, that side chick became the main.
Yeah. So I mean, it's working. It's working for me, but being a one person show, doing it 100% by myself, I was shipping like let's just say 4 days out of the week, I was shipping 60 to 70 items 4 days out of a week, you know? So I'm shipping 250 items every single week just on one platform. And it's good money. It's quick money. You get paid instantly. I mean, I'm talking about within the hour. After I end a show, basically within 1 hour, that money is mine. That's addictive too. That's addictive too. That's instant cash. That's instant turnaround. Which eBay, you know, you do still have to wait like at least 24 hours for those payments to process, and then you know, withdraw it or whatever. But so that's just kind of how it happened. But I'm trying to step back a little bit and even out my workload, because I can't maintain that for much longer.
How often do you go on, Jen?
Well, I typically, I had in my mind, I had my goal is that I wanted to profit $1,000 a week. Once I hit my $1,000 a week, I would schedule more or less, but I would schedule like 2 shows a week. So sometimes I would go on 3, sometimes I would go on 4. If the sales were slow, the shows were slow, I didn't get a lot of traffic. Sometimes I would schedule more, and then I would move those back if I did hit my goal, or you know, something like that. But now I would say I'd probably go on anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week, but I really, really want to cut that back to twice a week. I feel like is very manageable for me at shorter shows with better items, so that I'm selling less but a higher dollar amount.
Right.
Yeah, because you have to ship out in 24 hours.
They want you to do it in two business days.
Yeah.
So what I started doing, because it started taking me longer to ship, I started to get behind on I like to ship same day or next day. I started scheduling shows on Friday. So technically I had until Tuesday to ship. Technically, right? So I wouldn't get in trouble. I wouldn't get that, you know, ding or anything like that. But even then, I would hope that I would ship out by Monday, so it would still count as one business day. But you know, then 2 days, or else they keep track of that. Whatnot does keep track of that. And if it takes you longer than 2 days over like a certain percentage, you know, they can suspend like your shipping privileges and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you technically have 48 hours, which is not a long time if you're having 2 shows back to back and you're selling 50 items each show. You know, that's not really that much time. But
you feel like that's all you're doing at that point is packing.
Yeah, I was yesterday, as an example, which anybody who's not into Whatnot, I'm sorry, I don't mean to I'm not all about Whatnot, but yesterday I spent I moved all of my shipping station into my living room, and I sat in my rocking chair packaging up items for 7 hours. That's a whole day's work, a whole day, literally, and just packaging my orders. And, you know, granted, I'm sitting there, you know, I have the TV on or whatever, but I'm still moving. Like, I'm still, you know, and I got up and I got some food and I took the dogs out. So, I mean, I did like little things, but 7 hours to package up, that's a legit entire day's worth of work where I'm not selling anything. And if I haven't listed stuff on the other platforms, then I don't have potential for that passive income either while I'm wasting these 7 hours shipping. So that's not necessarily super smart, you know.
That's a catch on doing that. Let me shout out to Joni Oni. Welcome in, Joni Oni. Sorry if we didn't catch you. We got the Nicety seller in the house. What's going on, Nicety? What's going on? Charles Flipping Nostalgia has jumped up in here. Good to see you. Melissa had a question for you. She said, "What would you say your average profit is?"
Oh, so the good thing about that is Whatnot actually has stats and stuff. I haven't checked in a few weeks, but you can see like your per item. When they first came out with that, my per item average sale was about $6. And then I was like, whoa, that's way lower than like I thought, you know, I thought I was doing better. But recently it has gone up to a little over $10, which is my average sale per item, which might seem little, but if I'm selling 50 items per show, my average cost of goods, especially for stuff I bring to Whatnot, is just a little bit over $1. It's like $1.09 or something. That's my general average cost of goods, because I get a lot of stuff for free I have tons of places that have 25-cent day, 50-cent day that I shop at, and lots of dollar days. Those are my main focuses. And then when I pay up for an item, I pay $4 or $5. It's kind of my pay up price. So even though I'm making $10 per item on average, my average cost is $1 per item. So that's still a huge profit margin.
Yeah.
But those are like profit margins when you have a team of people, I think, and you can keep busting out more and more and more. And you have an employee or even a spouse or a child or sibling or, you know, somebody that could help me, but it's just me. So it's definitely nothing to look down on. It's just not manageable for one person who also wishes to have a life outside of work.
For real.
Yeah.
Duncan said he sold 180 old envelopes on Facebook for $1,000.
Wow.
Whoa. Envelopes.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Nice.
Hey, shout out to Derrick. ATL Flippers is in the house. Callie said he ships the same day or next day on Whatnot. Joni only said, I keep hearing that Whatnot leads to quick burnout. Do you take time off like a week?
No, not a week at all. I feel like if you don't do at least one show a week, you're kind of setting yourself up for just a casual little, you know, small kind of side gig. If you want to make real money on Whatnot, you have to do at least one show a week. And consistent. If you're only doing one show a week, it has to be the same day, same time, every single week.
Consistent.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that behind the scenes, and Regina, when we were talking about Regina, said she was going to look into Whatnot, and we're brutally honest with each other, right? I was like, well, it's not worth your time. It wouldn't be worth your time if you can't. It's not worth my time to do it because I can't put a slide in to where I can consistently do these shows. Like you have to hit it like the same or pretty close to the same every single week. Because that's how you build your followings, and Whatnot is big on followings. Yeah, you can throw a pop-up live up there. You'll get people coming in and out, and that's all you're going to get. You're going to get people coming in and out. You want those people that know, hey, Jen or Regina's going to be on at 7 o'clock or 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. at least 4 days a week or 3 days a week, and they look forward to that because they know kind of what you present out there and what you give. So Whatnot is not a casual thing unless you have, like, I could go if I go get a huge lot of something, right? Yeah. And I know I got like a pennies into it, and then I want to blow that shit out. I know I can go on Whatnot I have a decent following, but without having a following, I know I can go Whatnot, and you can blow that out. If you want to just blow it out, you can go blow it out. I promise you're not gonna get much for it though. you may get some stuff to get ran up, but you're not going to get much for it because people are wanting it on the low, and you're going to get those casual people coming in and out of your chat that's buying from you, and they're not going to say anything because that's what they want. They want to get all that low price stuff, so they're going to keep buying that. I give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to you, until people start coming in. They're like, oh, yo, hold on, that's a good deal, and then they start bidding against each other.
That's a good point too. Like it really does take a lot of people want to jump on for 30 minutes, an hour. If you got a little following or if you're fairly new, you have to give it minimum an hour because you need that traffic to kind of cycle through. And so if you're only like, well, I just want to jump on for my lunch break, unless you have that following and everybody knows, hey, every Tuesday at noon, Regina's going on for 30 minutes during her lunch and she's bringing like 10 beautiful dresses, then people are like, well, let me see what 10 new dresses Regina has for me today. Like 30 minutes, boom, I'm going to hang out. But you have to build that repetition. If you're just on for 30 minutes, people are going to be like, oh, well, that's all you have for me. Or like, okay. And then they just like move on. But if you're there for a while and you have a lot of options and stuff, they'll filter through, and you might get one here, one there, one here, and so it is time consuming. It is time consuming, and it's very you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent.
Yeah, because I know when I'm watching a show, it seems like at least you have to stay on at least 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, just kind of wait for everybody to come in.
Yeah.
And you have to shoot the breeze and stuff and talk.
Yeah, you dead ass. Like, if you're gonna have a solid show, and this is just me, once again, we're just giving our opinion on it. I feel like if you're gonna have a solid show, you got to have 2 hours minimum.
Yep.
Like bare minimum, you got to have 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Wait for everybody to jump in, and
Because you're not only are you presenting this stuff, and you're running a solo team, you run a solo dolo, like you're presenting it, you're typing it in, you're putting it up on screen, you're
running it.
putting notes on it once it sells and sitting it to the side. You're grabbing the next item and setting it up.
Yep.
Like it's a whole process, and that takes time. And you do that, 50 times. That's extra time in there that you're not even
Yep.
really doing anything except handling your merchandise.
Yep.
Who was it? 3Jan said, "Do you have to have an audience already to sell live on Whatnot, or is there an audience there already?"
There's no audience there necessarily. It depends on the category you're gonna sell in. Whatnot is a lot like YouTube in ways of thumbnails, clickbaits, titles. That's very huge. So if you have the right thumbnail, if you have the right title, if you have the right keywords, if you have the right tags chosen, you can get filtered through a little bit better. Also, Whatnot does have where you can buy promotion time. So like eBay has promoted listings, you can actually pay to promote your show. The promotion only lasts about 15 minutes, and it's meant to give you like that big boost. It's up to you to have the good stuff and the personality to keep the people. But you could also do that as well, but not just quick, not just like, well, let me do one tomorrow. No, you have to do this in like 1-2 weeks in advance and set up. You will have to go into some shows in a similar category and chat a little bit and meet people that you're able to promote your shows with, let people know you're selling. So it's kind of like a yes and no. I guess I would say you have to have some sort of following. You're not going to just be given one, so you have to work towards it one way or another. I mean, you can bring some people over from like Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, or of course, even if you have a small following, right? When it was just us, it was there was a group of maybe 6, 7, 8 of us, and we would filter in each other's shows, and that helps because there's communication and there's no boredom, and you feel a little bit better. At least you're talking with people and some friends and stuff. But to get the buyers in there, you got to put in a little work. Yeah, you got to put in a little work.
All right.
What's up?
Oh, Marcus came in.
Marcy.
Hi, Marcy.
Got
good to see you.
Otter.
Who? Michael.
Comics. Michael.
Angry Otter. Hello, Michael.
Let's see.
Dunk had a question. He said, "Are eBay sales just too slow these days?" My eBay's like, even I'm sure Regina speak to it too. eBay's been popping. Like I don't, it's just like anything else. It has its melodramatic times, but eBay as of the last few months, it's been banging. It's been banging.
eBay has been working me to death with the sales coming in, because I got 10 sales last weekend, and that's a lot for me because I'm part-time. And I just been listening every day, and I got all those sales. And Jen, I got kind of stressed out shipping the 10 items. So I can only do with 60 items.
It doesn't matter the number, right? Everybody has that level of a breaking point where it's like too much is too much, whether it's 10 for you or 60 for me, or maybe 150 for somebody else. You know what I mean? And yeah, and it's weird because I hear a lot of people complaining about eBay. Every time somebody's complaining about something, but a lot of people saying eBay's slow, and me, for the longest time, I had 25 to 35 items listed in my eBay store. I would maybe list 1 or 2 items a week, and all I would do is change my promotion, change my coupon, end and relist, end and sell similar. And I was still making a few sales a week. I was still making, average, I would say like 1 sale every other day. And for somebody who's not really listing anything every week and who is only has a store of 25 to 35 items, I thought, well, this can't be slow. This has got to be, I mean, that's pretty good, right? I'm like not putting in hardly any work. I'm just moving numbers around. Right. And so I feel like, yeah, eBay still, that's why I just deleted. I just deleted my entire store this morning. All of my items. I ended which was, I think 22 items. Yeah. So it's not like it was a lot. But I ended all 22 of my items. I photographed 30 items. And I've been working on, I'm going to rebuild eBay. I'm going to rebuild. And it's nice because one of my items sold for full asking price of $40 within an hour.
I saw that sweater.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, and this is why I love eBay. I have to remind myself, like, because $40, if I sold an item for $40 on Whatnot, that would be like magic. It's like selling unicorn poop or something. But on eBay, it's just like, hey, that's just normal. You just got to list it.
Derrick has the unicorn hat.
Yeah.
That's for you, Jen. That's for you. Hey, shout out to hold on. Shout out to Lisette. Lisette says
Thank you.
And I saw your comment up there, Lisette. I pinned it in my head. I was like, congratulations to you for being able to do live shows on Poshmark now. That's major.
Yes. Congrats. Woo, woo.
That is major. Congratulations to you on that. Nicely said, I know it's been a while since I've been here, but when did Derrick get a baby face?
That's what we were saying.
Like twice a year, I'll shave off my mustache and my beard, and just to entertain my daughter, because she gets a kick out of it. Mm-hmm. She gets a real kick out of it. Mm-hmm. Richard, you ain't never gonna sell those Gordon Gartrells, man. Question for Duncan from Duncan. Duncan said, Jen, how do you balance your time from reselling to other stuff you need to do?
Well, that's the trick, right? It's like asking the Hulk, like, why are you angry, or how do you manage it? And he's like, well, I'm always angry. I'm always balancing, and I'm always working on balancing. I'm always focusing on balancing. I don't do schedules. I don't live off of a schedule. I'm not a routine kind of person. I'm very in the moment, wing it kind of from day to day. The only time I really plan stuff is when it's with other people. Other people are involved, like, something like this, like coming on, okay, well, I know this is planned, this is scheduled, it's not going to move. Otherwise, the day is flexible. I kind of just keep on track of knowing, okay, I need my dogs need some attention, my honey needs some attention, my mom will call, she's like, well, you haven't been over in a while, and so it's kind of like keeping just on track with those little things, but in my mind, like I do this because I love the freedom of spending time with my family, so I'm always keeping them in the back. They're always there, like, okay, I'm gonna go eat with my dad, I'm gonna go have lunch, or we're gonna go fishing, or my sister's going to come over after work, and I just manage my workflow around that more so than anything else. Cause I know I have to work. I always have to work, but, they kind of take the priority, and then I just work around when I have the time after we're done doing stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another question here. Regina Jonioni says, consistency is so difficult for me. Any tricks, advice, phone numbers for the fairy godmother that you guys can share? Regina, I'll start with you.
Well, being consistent.
Yeah.
I have to be consistent for me because I'm working and things. And because if I get off of my schedule, I may not go back, because what happened last time, Derrick. I called taking a break. Mm-hmm. And I took a break for about a month.
Yeah.
And so I have to stay consistent and just stay in my routine. Routine is everything for me. So
yeah. Jen, what about you?
That one's a hard one for me, because I don't, I don't do the routine or the schedules, but I'm inconsistently consistent, Yeah. I think that's the way to say it, right? So for the past 2 weeks, there's only 2 weeks, but I'm very proud of my 2 weeks. For the past 2 weeks, I have consistently been getting a minimum of 7 hours of sleep. I have been consistently exercising. I have been consistently working in my house, on my house, around my house, cleaning, catching up, maintaining. And I have been consistently doing business work. Every day I do those things, and they might be different times of day, but I've noticed that working out, running, staying active in my home and my house chores, and doing actual moving work and stuff like that for the business, that has all helped to make me more tired, more sleepy, and ready for the end of the night, ready to go to sleep. And it's kind of made my sleeping a lot smoother. So whether you do it at the same time every day or not, like somebody like Regina, she needs that more of a routine. But for someone like me, as long as I know it's got to get done in that day, then my body is just, it's working with me now. It's naturally just saying, okay, now we go to sleep, now we wake up, and now we have a lot more energy than we used to. So it kind of just works. Once you do something, then the other stuff kind of trickles along.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. That's a really hard question. I think for me, my consistency comes from what my results that I want to get out of something.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I have to put forth into it for me to get this. So that's where my consistency builds from. It's a want, more than a need. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone is reselling just on a whim, because hey, I just want to get into it, it's never going to be in the forefront for you. It's kind of always going to be that thing that you do when you have time. But if there's something you want to attain and get out of it, then you will find time and form a consistency for you to be able to get those particular items. Everyone has so many different variables in their life that it's really hard to lay a roadmap out there. I would just say base your consistency off of something that you want to get out of it, your goal, your short attainable goal that you want to get out of it, and then create a plan off of that. Don't have to be nothing major. Everyone's goals are a little different. You want to sell one thing a week, it's not gonna sell by itself. You're not gonna list one thing and sell one thing unless it's something major. Like you probably gonna have to list 20 things to be able to sell that one thing. It's just short attainable goals. And guess what? When you start setting those short attainable goals, that's going to excite you. It's going to get, you're going to be like, I'm really selling this. I'm doing this. I'm real. I'm selling over here. Right. And you're going to get excited. And then you're going to probably set another short attainable goal to have you make 2 sales a week. And you already know what it takes to make 1 sale. Now you got to put that extra in to make 2 sales. And then it just kind of goes from there.
Yeah, that's like perfectly said. Because I'm like, right. That's exactly what happened with me. Yeah, everything how you said it. It was like the one goal was run more. I wanted to run more. I wanted to get better at running. So I'm getting better at running, and then like I have a goal to sleep better. So the running is like, okay, that's the first step. Now I'm sleeping better. I want to, work less. So now let me get situated on eBay. So now I'm like, working smarter. Yeah, that's good said. I like it.
Julie said, do I have to be a cute girl or can I be an average guy with a weak chin to get some
you have to pull a Janet Jackson at least once a week.
You do.
You have to, or you're not going anywhere.
You do. Look, Jen, you want to answer that?
Wait, which one? What Julian asked?
Yeah, you have to be a cute girl.
No, you don't. You like being a cute girl obviously helps. I mean, think about any platform across the board. You're a cute girl, you winning off the rip, right? Guys are perverts. Like you're just gonna get a bunch of people gawking at you. But the great thing with Whatnot, my thoughts, and then I get Jen thoughts, and Whatnot is your product. You put great product and you have some entertainment value behind it. You can't just get up there and be boring as hell. Not being in front of, I'm not in front of the camera, right? Regina knows I hate being in front of the camera. I always used to talk shit about people having to be in front of the cameras all to sell their product because they're just boring. Like I feel like if you can get behind the camera and be entertaining and sell your stuff, imagine how much better you would probably be being in front of the camera, right? Yeah. Selling your stuff. So if you can sell it behind the camera, you can definitely sell it in front of it. You got to have some type of personality.
Yep. Cute girl is not enough. There's a lot of cute girl sellers on Whatnot that they are boring as hell. Their stuff is way overpriced. Like it's overpriced for eBay and Poshmark overpriced. Their stuff is just crappy. Their lighting is horrible. There's all these other factors. So one, it depends on the category too that you sell in. If you're selling in graphic tees, you're selling in graphic tees and you just have to have really cool graphic tees. Nobody cares what you look like. They don't give a what you look like. You just got to have like the fire vintage, the single stitch, the stuff that everybody's looking for. Now, if you're selling in the women's clothing department, I will honestly say it helps to be presentable, right? Not so much on like your face, but it helps to be put together in some way that other women can see you holding this item and kind of try to see some sort of pattern or shape or style or whatever it might be, so it kind of helps in that sense versus if you're a guy and you got a beard and maybe your belly's hanging out a little and you're trying to sell a pretty summer dress, that might be harder to do because of that appearance, which is, it is what it is. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. This is why, Vogue, right? Vogue doesn't have older, bearded, belly showing men modeling their stuff in the magazines, right? That's not like what sells. So, but as long as you're presentable, and I mean, it just depends on what category you're selling in.
Yeah.
Me, most of the time I dress like this. I mean, Derrick's seen me. I've been in my pajamas before. And I dress all sorts of ways because I don't ever want to be stereotyped for looking a certain way or for I don't want to bring in the wrong crowd of people who are there for whatever. So sometimes I don't wear any makeup. Sometimes I wear a hat. Sometimes my hair's down. Sometimes it's in a ponytail. Sometimes I might look kind of cute. Sometimes I might look like a boy. Like I change it up to just keep it not stereotypical, and plus it goes with my whole multiverse thing, so it kind of works.
I think Regina stepped away for a second. Charles said he saw Whatnot release a marketplace, so you don't have to be live. He said he's interested in that. Yeah, they did release it. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, since Whatnot came on as a live platform, I think heavier on the sales is still going to continue to be live, but having a marketplace definitely does open it up for other people.
Yeah, the marketplace is nice because you don't have to be an approved seller to sell, right. And anybody can sell there. Now, if nobody ever gets to meet you or know you, like Derrick said, it's going to be a little bit harder, but they do have a really good search. They do have a really good search engine. You can type in Spider-Man Funko Pop. And if you have a Spider-Man Funko Pop in your marketplace and you're not a seller, it is going to pull up for people. But they're generally not searching for specific items. They're searching for their favorite streamers or, somebody that they want to watch and have fun with. But it's a nice option. I wouldn't recommend people to go there who don't plan on going live as like a side hustle.
Yeah.
But if you got a rare item or something and you want to just list it everywhere, then hey, just throw it on, Whatnot too. It doesn't hurt.
Regina's back in action now.
Yeah.
There's her face.
500 hours.
Yeah, 500 hours later. Yeah, JJ Coin said Regina crushes it. JJ Coin loves your videos. Regina does crush it. I will say that. Regina has. We've been blessed to see Regina kind of get to where she's at now, kind of like Jen, right? We've been blessed to watch the whole making of it, and I'm extremely proud of both of you guys where you guys are at currently and how comfortable y'all are doing what y'all do.
I know, Regina. I'm like seeing so many fun reels, and I remember watching Regina's videos in she was like in a dark corner of a room and very I sold a dress, and there's so many edits, right? Like every other word you can tell there's an edit in the clip. And I just like even then, like I just loved her demeanor, you know. And I'm like I'm really big usually on lighting, you know, but I just remember it was kind of a little bit dark. She's kind of in the, you could tell she's in the corner somewhere
Yeah.
in a room, and very very just kind of timid and mellow. And but now you know, she jumps in here, she's like
Yep.
getting it all together. She's so vibrant and colorful, and which I love. I'm very biased because I love all the color. But you know, Derrick, and I know you were saying, you suggested that, you know, maybe it would be a waste of time for Regina. I honestly feel like Regina, you just might have a little fun. Not, you know,
Yeah.
if you wanted to go into it without, you know, not planning on becoming a millionaire, but
Yeah.
to just showcase some of those, you know, like how you do in your reels, but to show them off, and especially,
Yeah, I
you know,
can see
some of
that.
the really pretty pieces. Yeah, I think,
I can see
and
that.
I think that you have that very nice style that you could get a reoccurring clientele of people that know your style, and they're like, what's Regina going to bring for us today? And I think you would have fun doing it, but if you had free time. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
would,
that's what I
the
was
you know,
thing.
saying. Yeah, that's more
yeah,
so it. You're right, Dan. I should have spoke it in a different way. Like, as far as successful, I think she can be very successful at doing it because she has a personality for it and she has a good eye for the product. Mine was more so based off of time.
yeah, yeah,
That was more what I meant to say.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think it'll be fun though.
Yeah, I
But
think I think you will have a good time. Like you're talking to the camera, right? And you get to interact and you get to show your product like you like to do in your videos.
Mhm.
But once again, it's the time aspect of it. You bare minimum you got to have at least 2 hours, and then you got to prep for the show. That's the other
Yeah.
piece of it. You got to prep for it. Jen, how much time do you prep for your show?
You know, it depends. Like when I do my pop-ups are like, I ain't gonna prep shit. I'm like, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna sit my butt here, and I'm gonna show some items. And but I've gotten good at maneuvering. I've gotten good at adding items quickly and keeping track of the chat and writing down my items or marking them with a number or whatever and placing them. I've gotten pretty good at that. But if I'm having like my serious, you know, usually once a week, let's just say my serious show that I'm hustling to make some money. I have great pieces and I want to maximize my dollar. On average, I probably have about 60 items listed in my auction. And I do try to photograph every single item. I don't usually take measurements, but to photograph every item and to list it in my auction and to get stuff in my buy it now section, because you have to have stuff in your buy it now section now. That's huge. I would probably say for 60 items, it would take me maybe 2.5 hours. And that's just taking one picture of each item, just one picture of the front, boom, 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 one picture. And sometimes I'm sitting on my sofa and I'm just taking a picture of the tag or of the colors or something. So even then it's about 2.5 hours prep for a show of, and that's because I have most of my stuff set up already. If you're having to reset your stuff up every time, you know, that's going to be more work as well. So
And
yeah, and then after, you have to have that downtime of cleanup. That's
Mhm.
before all your shipping. You know, before you do all your shipping, you still got to have your, like, let's get everything organized time. So
look, you see what Julian put, Regina?
What do you put?
Julian's stupid. He said, tell the truth, Derrick. You shade because you really want to try to join the Weak Chan support group. Uh, Lisette asked you, she said, Jen, how many times a week are you running?
three,
Nice.
yeah, 3 times. So I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more. Thank you for asking, Lisette. Um, but I feel like I don't want to burn out, and I've done that before. I've done that before where I run and I run and I run, and then I kind of get over it because I burn out a little bit quickly. But 3 days seems to be a very nice flow for me, because it gives my body and joints and everything time to kind of cool down in between. But it keeps me ready for the next run. So
Gotcha. Hi, say it's Kay. Thank you for joining.
Okay.
Appreciate you. I see that question right there, Regina. I'm going to jump into it. I think that's down. What's your net profits? And keep that up, Regina. What's your net profit in a month, Jen?
Oh, and well, I just looked at mine for last month. Wait, what month are we in? Whatever, it was last month or the month before or something like that. And my solds was 4,800, I think it was. It was about 4,800, and my profit for that, I forgot because I haven't calculated the exact, but I thought how much of that was profit. So I was starting to go through all of it for last month, and it's like a little over 3,000, I would say, because of my cost of goods are so low. But it's hard sometimes for me to calculate in every single cost of goods. But for the month, I was really surprised. I was because I feel like sometimes I do less, but I have so many shows, and sometimes I have so many shows that I make 150, I make 200, I make 250, and it adds up a lot faster than I really think that it's adding up. So, but that was actually just a pretty good month. That was kind of like my first month where I didn't do anything on eBay, anything on Poshmark, and that was my whole everything, you know.
Hey, shout out to Marcus, card hunting guy. Marcus is in the house. What is up, cats and dreams? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you.
Sal, hi Sal.
And Sal, what's up, Sal?
What's up, Sal? Good to see you, man. Dunk. Well, we'll ask this question. 3Jan said, "I have a question for Regina. I'm super intrigued about your antique booth. How does it work, and how's it going?"
My antique booth is going good so far. I had took a little break on my antique booth too, and I'm just getting back started. But even though like I took a break, I was still getting like one sale once a week. So because what I do with my antique booth, you do not have to be present there to sell. So when you list your items in the antique booth, you just put your initials and your booth number. So anytime somebody purchase something out of your booth, they just take it up to the front and they will go ahead and deduct the amount that you make from it. So I do not have to be there, and it's like 10% they take out.
Yeah,
so that's good.
And how much you pay a month for your setup?
My booth is $121 a month, which is so cheap.
That's
and
cheap
it's yeah. So I just put some pictures and stuff in there last week, and I've already sold 2 of them. So
think about this, guys. Think about this, and Jen. The antique booth is a great idea, especially when you can get it. I can't get an antique booth out here; it's too expensive. But like if I'm paying $120, you can use it as just think outside the box. You can use it as a kind of a storage display area for a lot of your eBay items that you already have listed.
Right.
And you just have them there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a win-win.
It's a storage unit that could potentially make you money.
Right. And that's
what very passive, you know. In your situation, I know you're always talking about passive income, and that's a very nice. Yeah, you just put stuff in it and just let it sell, and somebody else does the back work for you. You know, that's nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope. Duncan said, "What do you do if your sources run out of supplies of the regular items you sell?" Do either one of you guys have that problem?
No, my sources are all thrift stores and outlets and constant, you know, friend and family giving me stuff. So fortunately, no, I don't have that problem.
Yeah. And I'm always now my main source is the Goodwill bins. I love the Goodwill bins.
She over there addicted now.
I try. I can't. Mine is just too trash. Mine is too trash. I can't do it.
I know. I'm hating on Regina because hers. You seen her, Jen? Like it's so clean and calm.
Yes,
Everybody's nice and says, "Excuse me."
And they sit and wait for the bins to come out.
Mine stinks. Like people go there and they take their crock pots, they take their slow cookers, and they're making hot dogs and chili and soup, and they got it all because there's a whole table set up, like where you can go and like eat your lunch and everything, and people have everything plugged in, and it stinks. And then like you smell that on top of like everybody's body odor and their armpits stink, and and then everybody just smells. It's like you got all these smells mixed in with weenies, burnt weenies and cheese, and
Just hot dog water everywhere.
yeah,
That's nasty as hell.
Smell hot dog water and body odor at the same time, and then you find like a rat turd or something in one of the bins, and it's just not for me. It's just
if I had a bin store, let's talk about we're just real quick. If I had a bin store, right, I would have sections where people can purchase what section they're going to be in, and that's it. They can't go to no other area. Like if you're in zone 1, that's it. You pay for zone 1, that's what you're getting. If you pay for all of the zones, that's on you. You got to take turns on where you're going. And I would have employees there to kind of monitor the zones, to kind of manage some of this chaos. And
that's too much work for them employees. They're like, they don't get paid enough. They ain't gonna do all that.
They don't get paid enough. They don't, they're like, it's just like the Goodwills. They get a lot of volunteers and all this stuff. And it's just a mess. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Joni only said Regina has the ultimate chill voice.
Thank you.
Yep.
Regina, Lisa said, Regina has me on the edge of my seat to see what she is going to say. I know her words are wise.
Oh,
yep.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate you, Julian. He said this is quite enlightening. We appreciate you, man. So, and once again, thank y'all for just hanging with us. We had the temporary delay in the beginning, and y'all always stay strong and hang out with you.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's so freaking cool how it's, we're 20 minutes in, and I was like, they're just keeping themselves entertained in the chat, just kind of hanging out, like no show, right? Just 20 minutes. I was like, that's community. That's a community right there.
Right. Support.
Melissa's stupid. She said, all I heard was burnt weenies.
Yeah. Oh, I did see, right? I think it was Marcus or something about hiring somebody to do the lives. A lot of people have been doing that on Whatnot. A lot of small businesses, they have multiple accounts now, and they've been hiring additional people to run the additional accounts. Personally, I would never hire somebody to run the shows. I like that part of it. I like doing the live shows a lot. But I would hire somebody to do all the shipping. I'm not there, to where I wouldn't hire anybody in general. Personally, me, right, not working out of my home. I just wouldn't hire a physical body in here to help me like do something like that. But the idea of signing up for a second account and having somebody else run that account for me, and that's my employee, I pay them to do that, and have just that second income, that something like that I do. Something like that I think is a good idea. And that's how people are branching out. They're going from women's clothing to men's clothing, or to shoes, or to purses. So if I wanted like a Pokemon stream also, and I'm getting all the inventory or whatever, and I hire them to run it, it's a good option. But
all right, Dan, thank you for joining. Finally, we're glad you can join us on the live. Finally,
yes, welcome.
I was thinking about that on the eBay store as well, because there's I sell toys. I sell a shit ton of toys, right? And tell me what y'all think, Regina and Jen. I was thinking about opening a second eBay store, and it's for not the junk toys, but more for the under $10 toys. The stuff that don't sell, like Beanie Baby. People talk shit about, let me get on my high horse real fast. People talk crap about fast food toys, Beanie Babies, all these other little smaller toys that they will never sell. They will never sell. Yes, they do. They may not sell as fast as you want to, but they do sell, and you can get good money for them. And on top of that, you can damn near get them for free. Like people giving away boxes of Beanie Babies, right? People giving away boxes of fast food toys. Imagine if you just you have somebody and all they do is source that stuff and they list that stuff in a secondary eBay store for you. You got 7,000 listings of Beanie Babies and McDonald's toys, all these other little things that don't typically sell right there. But when you have 7,000 listed, you're going to sell a crap ton of them.
Right.
Imagine if that's all you source, and there's a ton of them out there. Like there's tons. It never ends. You just have stockpiles of them. And then you hire somebody to list maybe 100 or 150 a day, right? For like that's what they do every single day, and that's you pay them. Basically, you're going to pay them out of what you sell, right? It just makes sense. It's a good idea.
That just kind of comes down from people, laughing on other people's business models. It's usually, I hear that a lot from the people who are selling, like, I'm only going to sell items that sell for $40, $50, $60. I'm not going to source it if I don't make, $30 profit or $25 profit. So anybody selling, items for $5, $6, $7, $10, regardless of if they paid a penny for it or got it for free. They kind of, I get that. I get that. And it's like, hey, that could be a perfect business model. Just because it's not your business model doesn't mean it's not worth doing.
Yeah. Right. Dante said Beanie Babies hate him. What's going on with that?
What's up, Dante?
What the hell you do to the Beanie Babies, man? What did you do to the Beanie Babies?
They got into it.
Quit mistreating them.
Hey, shout out to Ella. Ella, Save Here First is in the house. Look at that. Okay.
Did I miss Ella? What's up, Ella?
Good to see you. Joni only said I'm an expert sourcer. Hate listing. I think we're all is so like we're all expert. I can go source all day long, like legit source all truck fulls of just stuff.
There's Ella.
But I bring it home.
Also the whatnot not having any returns, and it's like hassle free. That I'm telling you, there are some things that are very addictive with whatnot. You get that once you meet your certain quota, you get that instant payout. And I'm talking about, I'm telling you, within 1 hour, I have a show, I end it 1 hour later, and boom, money. And everything that I've sold, I do not have to worry about returns, refunds at all. And I made my very first error, and I had some pictures, I had some photos, and I sold one of them, and I shipped out the wrong one. But I realized it the next day, and I messaged the buyer, I told her, all she has to do, she reaches out to Whatnot when she gets the item, says it's the wrong item. Whatnot emails me and says, do you have the correct item? I say yes. They email her a shipping label. They email me a shipping label, and when we send the items back, that's it. There's no fee association.
Wow.
There's no potential scam association. They send the buyer the label first and wait for that to track, like that she shipped it, and then they send me a label to send the item out. And it's just easy. It's hassle free, and those are some of those cons like on eBay about returns and scams and item not as described, and so it is nice not having to worry about it on Whatnot. And it's nice not having to list. So yeah, if you hate listing, try Whatnot.
Yeah, like when I was on Whatnot, I was on it. I was fully vested. I was fully vested. 3 shows a week, intense. I sold 2,300 items. 2,300 items within, what was it, like 2 months, Regina? I mean, Jen, like.
Yeah, it was quick. It was quick because I remember that 1,000 items sold, quota wasn't even a big deal. Like now people are struggling to hit that, but you were just like boom, boom, boom. It was quick.
So if you invested and you really want to do it, you can do it. Do it big. Mm-hmm. But just understand what comes along with that. Understand those profit margins. Understand, like, if you're going to do those shows consistently, you got to have a consistent source to get all those items. Like, it has to be, and you got to expect your other side piece to fall off. Like, I couldn't allow eBay to fall off. I couldn't. Yeah. Another major reason I had to bounce back, because eBay makes me way too much money for me to allow that to fall off. I couldn't do it.
And I thought you found like your good kind of niche with all the Batman, DC cards, you know, all those Marvel cards and stuff like that. Like finding those, but you have to keep finding those kind of boxes and be able
And
to
they
do
got
those breaks. And
expensive. They
you know,
got
I thought like
expensive.
that was cool, but
Yeah, they you know the poke just like Pokemon got expensive. Like everything got expensive, and
yeah.
you have to start paying up for this stuff. And I'm like, yo, I can't. That's not sustainable. I can't keep doing that. It doesn't make sense. The money doesn't make sense for me to keep doing that.
Yep.
They
All
got
right.
adult Happy Meal toys at McDonald's.
Yeah, they do. They got dildos and everything in those.
Oh
And it gives you the perfect excuse to go get McDonald's. You have dessert later.
oh my God.
Regina already. She on her phone right now. She's like, I'm about to get me one.
Do they deliver?
Look, hey, I got a question for you guys, and this is and then we gotta jump off of here. I got a question. And everyone's entitled. Let me put this caveat out there. Everyone's entitled to do whatever the hell they want. It's their accounts. They can do whatever the hell they want. But I saw a crazy statistic on Instagram, and I have friends who bought the blue check for their own reasons, I'm sure. Instagram made $630 million on people buying the blue check, and I think they said 80% of them wasn't business accounts. What's your thoughts on that? Look, if you got a blue check, I'm sure you have your own reasons for it. I'm not here knocking you for having
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm not here knocking you for having a blue check at all. Like you have your own reasons for it, and that's for you to figure out. I just want to get your input on it. What's your thoughts on that?
You know, well, the blue check, I remember, like, you know, the blue check and stuff for me was originally, I think, like, if you were a verified, like, celebrity, you had over, you know, I think it was 10,000 followers, or there was something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's just like a verified seller. I seen that. I seen that where it said become a verified or whatever it was with the check. So I looked into it, and as soon as I saw, you know, $14.99 a month, I said, "Oh no, hell, you know, I don't need a blue check. I'll put a blue logo around." You know, I thought, but it does make you stand out, and everybody has their purpose for different things, right? So your purpose for Instagram is to raise awareness on your channel for whatever social media presence you want there, to build something. It definitely makes you stand out. It definitely has a standout. It has to me, it has a sense of importance. I do, like, I see that with it. I'm like, okay, it's not just child's play. They're serious about it. So I kind of associate with a little bit more of a business aspect versus like a cool factor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Virginia, what about you?
For me, I just don't want to pay that much of money. That's a lot of money a month, $14.95 a month. Now, if I was a business, if I was constantly selling on Instagram and I wanted people to know that I'm a real person and that they can trust me, then I would get it. But I'm just putting up little reels talking. I mean, I'm not fixing to pay that much. That's too much.
If it was $15 like once or for the year or something, I would have probably paid
maybe a year, but every month.
Yeah,
I think that was my biggest drawback from it. You know, I understand why people get it, because even on Macari, right, they give you the verified badge. Even on eBay, you get the verified badge, like all that stuff. It's kind of the same aspect, except you're paying for it.
Melissa said she got it for the security.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I just like to get other people's input on, because I hear a lot of people's feedback on that, and I saw a lot of reels on people talking about the blue check, and my thought behind it is, who gives a shit? Like, if they want to pay $15.99 a month for this thing, then let them pay $15.99 a month. Who cares? I don't care. It could be red, it could be purple. You can put a picture of it. Now, if it was a picture of an alien, I'm paying for it, dead ass. I'm gonna have an alien right there in the corner paying for that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's they're people's own money, and I think if you have right business thoughts behind it, then I think it could be a great thing. Shout out to Gaming with Water Jr.
What
Thank
is
you for joining us.
gaming with the water?
Hey.
Appreciate you. Dante had a question. No, well, there's a couple questions, then we're going to jump off. Joni only said, I just found a set of Desert Storm cards in the closet. Do people collect stuff like that?
Yes, but they're not very valuable.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right. I think if they're sealed packs, light them up. Yeah, people, they're collectible, but they're not valuable. But people will still buy them if you had them at a reasonable price. Dante said, do you guys feel like you will still be reselling in 5 years in the same capacity?
I sure as heck hope not. Capacity I'm dead in 4 years. So I hope not.
Right.
But no. I mean, reselling full time, yes. But in 5 years, I hope to be having a lot more money, a lot less work, and a lot better workflow and system and stuff.
Right. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. I think it all falls around the same, right? It's a means to the end, and hopefully in 5 years everything kind of lines up. Will I still be reselling? Yeah, I still will. In 5 years, I love it. I love it. It's an outlet for me. I love everything about it. But on the intensity level that I'm at, I don't know. I really don't know. I just hope to be in a better financial place in 5 years than I am today.
Me too. Yeah. Have some bills paid off.
Yeah.
They probably have another platform too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have about another 50 platforms jump up there. Lisette says she's trying it for 3 months. I've got 120 subs in less than 2 weeks. Okay. All right. Do that. Yeah. Like it has. See,
that's a good point too. Yeah, you don't have to do it forever. You can do it for 1 month and.
Yeah, the Instagram knew what they were doing, and you can't knock them for it. You definitely can't knock them for it. It's a great business. Everyone looks at things the wrong way, right? You could tell the people that aren't into business because they're so critical when these big companies jump out and do something like this. It's a business. They're making money. Dude, look at that. That's $600 million in 1 day. That's not counting the reoccurring billing that they're going to get. They'll probably drop down another 20-30%. But shit, that's another $250-300 million next month that they're going to get.
But they also give everybody the chance and opportunity to make money too. You're able to sell. You're able to sell on there. And you're able to do your reels. You're able to get paid out for just doing stuff that you would normally do anyway. And so it's not like they're just taking money. It's an option. Some people want to do it because they find benefit in it. Some people don't. Yeah. I don't know why people make a big deal out of certain things. Just something to complain about. Trying to avoid real life problems. They got to worry about Instagram offering $15 blue check marks.
Yeah, and I get all aspects of it. Everyone is entitled to their opinions on those things. Lisette said what she said. I have friends that had their accounts hacked, and the check helped secure it. Yep, that's another way. Charles said the blue check to him is worthless, but the increased reach might be worth it. So once again, different viewpoints, man. Like I wouldn't buy it. That's just me because I think $15 is too much. But I could change my mind next week if I saw a good reason to have it. It's just all personal preference.
Yeah. When I say no now, I may change my mind.
Yeah. So tomorrow you may see a blue check in my corner. You just don't know if I feel like it's worth it.
I'm coming out with a reel every day too.
Yeah, I bet you will. Dante said them charging made me feel not bad for not having the blue check now. Now fake people can get, and that's the thing that's hilarious. I just think it's hilarious because people need that check mark to validate themselves, like it really did something for them. Then you look at it in totality, like anyone can get one. What are you talking about? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't like. How do they know it's not a person that's scamming you and you give them a blue check mark?
Yeah, I like the fact what it did. It humbled a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that had it originally, made it feel like they were better than everybody else. And now since Instagram was like, yo, hold on, I'm taking it all away. We about to offer it to everybody. Whoever feel like they need it to validate their business or help them in the business aspect, we're about to give them that opportunity. And all those people that had the blue check marks are like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, God damn it now. I was in royalty. What are you talking about? It's 50 cents a day. She sound like one of those commercials. For just 25 cents a day, you can help support a panda over in Guatemala.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's why they try to make it sound good. They're like, for just $17 a day. You're like, wow, 17 is not a lot of money. But if you do the math on the 17 times 30, he's like, hold on. I'm getting robbed.
Yep. You got to break it down in the smallest increments. That's all people focus on.
Yeah, Melissa says it's all a personal choice, and it is. That's what it's all about. That's the great thing about this world. We have choices, man.
Right.
We have choices. You do have to show your ID, and I like that as well. You just can't be out there sometimes Dick and Harry.
Right. That's good.
All right, guys. Look, we got to get the hell out of here. Jen, I had a couple questions that I wanted to ask you, but we ran late. You know, Regina's over there updating her ALL, looking at everything, and she on Windows 26. Well, what you say?
Really, Derrick had to poop, guys. That's all it was. He had too much Taco Bell.
He did.
Hot stomach. My shit was bubbling over here. It was bubbling at the bubble guts. So Jen, thank you once again. Yeah, you're fan. And I wanted to give this statistic. Let me give this, because in the beginning we were backstage. I was like, when did we have our first show? Regina, our first show was August 26, 2020.
Wow.
August 26, 2020. Wow. It's going to be 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
3 effing years, man. I did not realize. We talk about, we've been on for a minute. It's going to be 3 years, and we have not missed one Wednesday. I'm sorry. That's impressive to me.
It is.
Just looking at it, like, that's so freaking impressive. That's crazy.
Now that's consistency.
Consistency. That is crazy. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. But yeah, wow. I had to look that up.
Wow.
Jen's information is below. Make sure y'all give her a follow. She's an excellent follow. If you're trying to get into whatnot and you're just trying to get the flow and feel, and you want a real good, feel good vibe, I'm not just saying this because she's my friend. I'm literally saying this because it's the truth. Make sure you check out one of her shows. It's so, if you're up at 3 a.m, she just don't have them that late. She has them at other times, but that's when I catch them because I'm out and about. But make sure y'all give her a follow. Give her a follow on Instagram. Get her a follow on YouTube. All her information is below. What's up, Paul? Paul is in the house. What's popping, homie?
See Jen, Regina, and some kid. Baby face.
Jen, you know how we do it. We're gonna pull you up on the screen. Give us something to sign out on.
Shoot, you know, you guys just do your own thing. Do your own thing. Don't worry. In every aspect, like I see it on Whatnot, on Instagram, on YouTube, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Know what's allowed, what's not allowed. Know what you want to do, and just do it. Just go for it, and have fun. Have fun. Try it. Experience it. If it's not for you, then hey, you just move on and you try something else. But yeah, try not to focus so much on the negativity or the people who just don't like to adapt to change, or who don't want to try new things, or who are jealous, or whatever it might be. Just worry about yourself, stay positive, have fun, try anything that you want. And the people who support you, they're going to support all the craziness that you want to do and you want to try. And those are the people that you care about. Anybody else who just, kind of falls off, they were meant to fall off anyway. So, but yeah, that's it. And thank you, Derrick and Regina. Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I got to look and see when I was on your show last. You guys, again, everybody, these two really were, it's where it all began for me, with truly building a YouTube or a reselling community. a community of hustlers and entrepreneurs and small business owners, and it felt great. It felt great. It felt really good to be back. Honestly, I feel like, that was Jen's Closet Gems, and this is Jen's Multiverse. So it's kind of like a nice fresh 2 years later sort of thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
do.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Jen. Again, it's always our pleasure to have you on. The energy, everything about you is wonderful. What I have for the people, you don't have to pull me up. It's just really simple. If you're gonna start something and do something, go at it 100%. Don't play hopscotch with it. Don't be in and out with it. If you're gonna do it, do it. Just do it. If you're gonna fail at it 100%. And that way you can throw that off your boat and say, you know what, it didn't work. Let's keep it moving.
But I tried.
Yeah, you don't keep living your life saying, man, I wish I would have. No, stop wishing. Go at it. Figure it out. Go at it and do it 100%. Pass or fail, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's so you don't have no regrets, man. If you don't go at it 100, you can never say you actually tried it. You can't. So, yeah, just like Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like I like to say, just do it later.
Okay, Jen.
I sewed a shirt. I'm so sorry. I completely ruined the moment. I had a shirt with a sloth on it, and it was an upside down Nike check. And it said, just do it later.
I like that. You still got it?
No, I sold it. So that sucker went. That sucker had a bidding war on it. It was lovely.
Yeah, that's a good shirt.
Yeah, that is. That's
clever.
I totally ruined the moment. I'm sorry. Go, Regina.
No, if y'all didn't know, Jen is hilarious. And not only that, I was going to touch on that in the show. Next time we have you on, we're going to talk about it. Jen is very comfortable with her sexuality, which is great because a lot of women come on and they push that to a certain limit. They push it over, right? They're extremely too sexual. And to me, it's extremely unattractive to me when that's all you got is just sexuality. Sex. Okay, that's cool. Everybody has that. But Jen has a funny wit to her where she'll throw in like little jokes and you catch it and you're like, hold on, did she just say? Yeah, right? But you don't get it till like later. You're like, did she just say? Yeah, she said that. And she kept it moving. You don't even realize she's doing it.
she does.
It's hilarious. Regina, what you got for it?
I just want to thank everybody so much for staying with us as I work through the Windows Update 23, and hopefully nothing will go wrong. On the next live, it'll be on Derrick's channel. I don't know why my computer does that, but it'll have an update. Now, I'll be working on it all day, and then as soon as I start the show, an update will pop up. Like, why you just couldn't say I needed an update 2 hours ago? But that's how I do.
So next week, Regina will have a NASA update for her. Since she
I might be up to Windows 25. So,
all right, guys and girls, thank you guys again for hanging out with us. We appreciate you, Jen. Thank you for joining us. It's late. I gotta work tonight, so I'm about to hustle and pack these items and get the hell out of here. But thank y'all again. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, sis. Thanks everybody in the chat. We appreciate you all. We'll catch y'all next week. And peace and hair grace, y'all. We out this piece.
Bye.
Bye.
everyone.